Hey babe, today, with my heart pounding like a runaway train and my palms warm with nervous sweat, I'm finally breaking the silence that has separated us for far too many sunrises. I have carried the heavy, rust-flecked weight of leaving you behind without an explanation, dragging it through every hallway of my days, every echoing chamber of my nights. I know you've spent sleepless hours staring at cracked ceilings, replaying our final moments, asking the same question on an endless loop. Why did he walk away? For the confusion, the loneliness, the hollow echo of my absence, I am truly, deeply sorry. In just a few moments, I will lay bare the reason behind my decision, the single act that shattered the world we built and left both of us bleeding, unseen, behind closed doors. This confession has been locked away like a caged storm, but it is time you heard it in full. I never meant to hide anything from you or to replace honesty with hollow distance. At the time, I thought I was protecting us. In hindsight, I realized my silence simply deepened the wounds neither of us deserved. Before I reveal the core of that truth, I want to rewind the film to the days when everything between us felt brilliant and unbreakable. Remember the late night laughter that floated through cramped apartments? The grocery trips that turned into spontaneous adventures because we chased each other down the aisles like kids in a secret wonderland? The plans we scrawled on napkins in coffee shops, dream homes overflowing with leafy plants, Sunday mornings laced with butter-rich pancakes, vacations mapped in bright marker lines across pages already smudged with hope. I believed we were building something no storm could uproot. Yet, as much as I was your partner, I was also my mother's son. Her voice, her expectations, her fears, these threads tugged at decisions I thought were mine alone. One chilly evening in the kitchen I grew up in, she fixed me with a gaze colder than the marble countertop and spoke 14 words that cracked the light out of everything. She doesn't really love you. She's only pretending because it's convenient. Those words burrowed beneath my skin, festered, and bred doubt where certainty had lived. I replayed her warning until every memory of us felt suspect. Did you squeeze my hand because you needed comfort or because you needed control? Did you say I love you because it was truth or because it was strategy? Fear twisted beautiful moments into ugly possibilities, and the garden we planted together was slowly strangled by vines of second guessing. I didn't realize it then, but I was watering those vines myself. That was the turning point, the moment cowardice dressed up as caution and convinced me to walk away from the best thing I had ever known. I told myself I was shielding my heart from future heartbreak, but in reality, I was breaking us apart in the present. I left without giving you the dignity of an explanation, leaving behind a hole only honesty could have filled. Time, relentless and revealing, has shown me how wrong I was. My mother's doubts were never about you. They were projections of her own insecurities, fear of losing her son, fear of no longer being the center of my orbit. The tragedy is that I let those fears steer me. You were never pretending. Your love was sturdy, undeniable, and achingly real, while I was the one pretending to know better. So here's the truth, raw and unvarnished. I walked away because I let someone else's fear masquerade as my wisdom. I abandoned the future we dreamed because I lacked the courage to protect it. Every day since then has carried the bruise of that decision. I do not expect forgiveness. I do not assume we can return to what once was. I offer this confession as a key. Use it to lock the past away or to open a new chapter. The choice is entirely yours. Yet life doesn't pause for regret, and your story continues to unfold. I have turned to the cards to seek guidance for the chapters ahead of you, and their message is radiant. Financial blessings are on their way to you in 2025. Think of abundance arriving like unexpected rainfall on thirsty soil, gentle, persistent, life-giving. These blessings may not appear in the shape you expect. They might first resemble side projects, chance meetings, or creative sparks that wake you at midnight. To align with this prosperity, you'll need to silence the static around you. Release habits that drain your resources, impulse spending disguised as self-care, gossip parading as connection, doom scrolling that devours priceless time. Detach from people who treat your dreams as background noise. You may feel an urge to shed outdated money patterns, perhaps rewriting the language you use about finances, refusing to participate in scarcity talk, or finally ending financial entanglements that keep you small. You have walked enough rough terrain to recognize potholes on the road. Past missteps taught you what doesn't work, credit that outgrew caution, generosity without boundaries, quick fix schemes that consumed more than they contributed. Armed with these lessons, you will set new standards, budgets that honor joy and responsibility, investments that align with your values, collaborations rooted in mutual growth. Opportunities will rise from unexpected places, a mentorship that multiplies your capabilities, a freelance project that turns into a thriving enterprise, a stranger's recommendation that lands on the perfect desk at the perfect moment. Stay alert, stay open. Write down intuitive nudges as they come. Remember that wealth is not solely measured by digits on a screen. It's reflected in clear-line calendars, friendships that energize you, and mornings where peace greets you before coffee does. As you nurture holistic abundance, financial prosperity will trail behind like a devoted shadow. Most importantly, relinquish the narrative that past struggles predict future outcomes. 2025 is a blank ledger waiting for entries of courage, strategy, and well-deserved reward. Speak affirmations as declarations, not wishful thinking. I manage money wisely. My creativity attracts resources. Abundance welcomes me because I welcome it. Audit the present. Print your last 3 months of bank statements, highlight every expense that didn't add measurable value, and total the unnecessary outflow. Promise yourself that half of that figure will redirect into an emergency fund by midsummer. Emergencies may be inevitable, but panic is optional when preparation is in place. Automate generosity to yourself. Open a Seeds of Freedom account and arrange for a modest transfer each payday. Consistency, not size, is the magic. Learn one new financial skill each quarter. Whether it's index funds, peer-to-peer lending, or decoding tax deductions, knowledge is the lever that multiplies every coin you earn. Network with intention. Attend at least 2 events, virtual or in person, where people discuss ideas larger than their paychecks. Opportunity often travels through conversation before it arrives as a contract. Schedule joy. Prosperity without joy is just accumulation. Prosperity with joy is a life well lived. Celebrate along the journey, not only at the destination. Keep your goals visible. A vision board above your desk, affirmations on sticky notes, targets saved as your phone wallpaper. Let every glance remind you why discipline is worth it. Practice daily gratitude. It converts ordinary moments into proof of existing abundance, and proof plants the seeds of more. I also want to acknowledge the nights you spent searching our memories for hidden warnings, the birthdays and holidays I left vacant, the everyday moments, Tuesday takeout, Saturday laundry, that felt heavier because my presence was missing. Your ability to keep living with an open heart, to place one foot in front of the other despite unanswered questions, is nothing short of heroic. That resilience will serve you well in the prosperous days ahead. Closure rarely arrives in a single conversation. This letter is my attempt to hand you the missing puzzle piece so the picture of our past can finally be whole. Whether you frame it, store it in a drawer, or toss it into the sea is up to you. I will honor your decision as sacred. As the calendar turns and the promise of 2025 glows brighter, may you invest fearlessly, dream expansively, and love yourself with the same devotion you once poured into me. And when abundance spills over, as I know it will, remember that you earned every drop through perseverance, wisdom, and a heart that refused to close. You have every right to wonder whether these predictions are wishful thinking dressed up in mysticism. Optimism without action is only a pleasant dream, which is why I've shared concrete steps. Follow them and watch the dream become data you can track, results you can celebrate. Let this entire story, our rise, our rupture, my confession, be a testament to the strength that blooms when a person chooses themselves and refuses to let borrowed fears write their script. May every step you take from this moment forward be grounded in self-respect, lifted by faith in abundance, and lit by the unshakable knowledge that you are, and have always been, worthy of a love and a life that refuse to betray you. Even from afar, I will celebrate you, quietly, sincerely, eternally. Thank you for granting me the mercy of your attention. May your nights be free of unanswered questions, and may the year ahead greet you with doors swung wide to opportunity, pockets deep with prosperity, and peace that hums like a lullaby. Always, the man who finally found the courage to tell you the truth